Well, hello there. Welcome to Double Talk, right here on August 10th, if you're watching on Saturday.
What year?
2013, by the way.
As well as we are copywritten on 2013. So I'm Michael Mandel.
Mark Steffen here, Channel 98's only real talk show.
That's true. We actually do talk to each other on a regular basis. We're the only two regular characters ever getting on local TV. So that's something, you know. We've got something there. Like the shirt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's good because the contrast, I sort of almost fit in with the flowers behind us. Not quite. Anyhow, we have an exciting week, and that's why there's no news.
Well, there's a little bit of news.
Going on.
There's a little bit of news, especially if you've tried to travel on gravel north and south through Las Cruces by way of Alameda Boulevard.
Which you can't do.
It's hard to do. Well, once you get
haven't been able to do it
south
for
of
almost
Amador,
a
you
year.
can't do it.
It just turns around. You know, I really feel sorry for like that truck store. The truck store changed its location just before they went in to do this renovation. And it wasn't just a renovation, it was for the new Metro Media Center where all the buses
and
all the boats are going to pull up and stuff like that.
So anyway, yeah, so that whole stretch of Alameda has been torn up for months and months and months, and they're behind schedule. They were supposed to have completed it this week.
They spent a long time getting the infrastructure in because, you know, when people get off the bus, they go to the bathrooms, they flush a lot. So you need more infrastructure for that.
So they're putting in new storm drains, resurfacing, underground pipes, who knows what else.
And apparently it's not done because of the monsoon season, which lasted, half hour?
A day and a half. Well, they blamed the rains for being so far behind.
I don't know.
Well, they knew that they were coming when they started it, so they couldn't have factored that into it.
You know, if we want to talk about the roads, which we do, you could look at exactly what they're doing with Las Cruces High School. They just tore up everything south of Las Cruces High School. School starts this coming Wednesday.
Yeah.
Will they be done? That's pretty much, that's more tools.
Pretty much what Alameda looks like. So Alameda is torn up. It's not going to be. Now they're saying at the end of August. I won't believe. End of September, maybe.
It looks like the lanes are done. I mean, I've driven past there. Looks like you can. It says you can get in and out to businesses. Why can't you go a little bit through? Why can't they just take away some of those cones? You know, by the time they put out cones and take out cones, that's a day's work right there. So that's happening. The ones. And it's hard to believe what they're doing with Las Cruces High School because they're supposed to be putting a pedestrian walkway. Did we discuss this last week?
An overpass to get to the new part of the high school.
Right, so they're going to have kids dropped off on the other side of the road rather than on the side where the school is going to be. Great planning once again. I'm sure there's a logic to it. And if you have the logic, please reply to our show. Hit us at doubletalk.something. Let us know.
Speaking of school, school does begin here August 14th. And
that would be,
that's next week.
Is that Wednesday? 11 or something like that.
And so school is back in session basically. Watch out for kids and watch out for the dreaded school zones.
You hate school zones.
Well, I hate school zones.
You know why? Because
the school
you're not
zones,
a good enough driver to knock over people at 15 miles an hour.
The school zones have been flashing all summer long when there was no school and no children, yet the school guards are out there slowing traffic down to 15 miles an hour for no reason. If they want people to respect the school zones.
So without having kids there, what have you been driving over? What have you been using for speed bumps?
Well, I've been looking for you.
Yes, well, I'm not a very good walker, you know, because it has to deal with being outside in nature, and, you know, I hate nature. So if you are going back to school, you've probably been dreading this for the last week and a half or more.
3 months.
Yes, but thank goodness you got your time in school. You know, it's great for drivers, I think. The fact that school's out, the university's out, you can actually get places. Everybody who's been complaining all summer long about traffic, you haven't seen it yet.
Well, yeah, when the university starts, they're going to have 15,000 more people in town.
Probably they're going to start doing some construction over by the university.
Yeah.
That's what usually happens.
That's how they do it around here.
Whenever something's busy. So watch out for school zones. Those of you who are going back to school, now's a good time to open up a book or to get off Facebook and actually read words that are continuous for more than 30 characters. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, in fact, read a book about some characters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a history book. Some of the characters that made the U.S. history would be very interesting reading.
I know. It would be good.
Now,
what else is happening?
Well, Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday, we'll be experiencing the National Night Out.
Oddly enough, that's right. If what you say is correct, that's right before school starts. So
That's true.
Those of you who are ready to start school, want to get really hungover for your
One
first
last
day of
night.
school, go for the National Night Out.
Now, there's no reason for the kids to get hungover because it's a family affair.
Too much soda.
Michael, downtown.
Too much sugar, you know.
That's true.
French fries, fatty hamburgers.
Yes, and it's downtown on the Main Street Plaza. That's between Las Cruces Avenue and Griggs Avenue.
If you get anywhere close, I'm sure you'll hear it.
Sure, you can't miss it because they'll have the street blocked off.
That's going to be a good street. You know, I think they did a good job, and they're working on it, and there'll be things to do. We went to that country music thing, took up the whole street.
Yeah.
This should be good, too.
They're going to have 40 booths. There'll be free food, drinks, games, giveaways, and you get to be up close and personal with the police and public service personnel.
Police, yes.
They'll have exhibits.
A good idea right before school starts, so you get to know who your parole officer is going to be.
Exactly.
For you, it's a good night because, you know, all the people will be in the middle of the street in case you want to run them down.
Sure, it'll be good practice for me.
Yes.
And for them, they're
Specifically,
dodging
yeah,
techniques.
it's good because in school, you know, it's survival of the fittest. That's the way you become the fittest. Sort of like running the bulls in Spain, you know, running of the cars.
You know, it's a shame that Iguana's restaurant is no longer open.
It's a shame because it finally got turned into Main Street Bistro, which is also no longer open.
Yes, if they were open that night, boy, they'd do a
can-
landslide business.
The night that they had the Country Music Festival, the Main Street Bistro was doing a knockout business, but they wouldn't let people out of their little thing without a ticket.
Uh-huh.
You'd have to stay there, which is okay.
Right.
You don't have to get that close to country music. After all, it's country music. It's not like you're listening for little details.
So,
So,
speaking
National
of
Night Out. I'm
speaking
ready
of
to
that
go.
sort of a place
Yes.
that serves beer and wine,
Yes.
getting a liquor license in this state is almost impossible unless you've got almost $500,000. And
Well, I'm in luck then because yesterday I might have passed my bartender's exam online.
yes,
The one I paid $25 for on Groupon, I got a 93 on my final exam. So the other 7% of stuff don't expect from me. I think I forgot when to put the napkin out.
okay. Let me test you quickly here. Name the ingredients in a rum and coke.
You get one Roman, and you give him Coke, and that's a Roman Coke.
Okay.
Yes, that's a
Close.
Roman Coke. Is that what happens?
What do you call it if you added some lime to it?
I don't know, but it would make you feel free, I believe.
Oh, as in
Yes,
Libre?
like a Cuba Libre.
Okay.
You know, I think the course I took was written in like 1976. I don't even think Cuba was. I guess they were free like that.
No, it's the Castro who was in charge then.
Yeah, Castro is still there. He
Yeah,
still
and,
is.
Now, what did the course teach you about beer and wine?
It was great. I mean, you really want to know about this? That's beer. Oh,
And that's wine.
Lager is made with the yeast is on the bottom. Ale is made with the yeast on top. Lager has 3 to 3.9% alcohol. Ale has anywhere from 4 to, it can go over 5. Then you get into the stouts and the other ones.
And what's a Pilsner?
A Pilsner is, I think, another name for a lager.
Really?
Yes. But this course gave us the 3 basic, he knows his beers. I know my wines too. According to the course, there are 3 types of wines.
Red,
them.
white, and rosé.
Well, you pass. That's like 100%. Other than that, you want a dry white. A lot of people like Gewürztraminers or sweet wines. Reds are a little drier than whites, but they didn't do much on beer or wine. They did tell you, if you're a bartender, do not pour the glass over closer than a ½ inch to the top. Because, of course, it could spill. See that one?
Yes.
Which is a beer. It could be a wine. That's about right. That's about a ½ inch. The thing is, I never pour wine over the hips of the glass. You see how the wine glass goes like that? The furthest part of the hips gives you the most area that touches the air, which is what you want, especially for
To
a
let it
red
breathe.
wine, to let it breathe.
Yes.
And also, people like to swirl their wine to get more of the aroma. Anyhow, most of it was about mixed drinks. Man, there are so many mixed drinks.
That's
And
true.
and a lot of them have dirty names, so I won't go into them.
Thank you. Now,
Anyway, what were you talking about?
now sometimes it makes me wonder
liquor license.
if these liquor licenses in this state are because there's a finite number of them.
Yes.
You have to buy one from somebody else if you want one, or you have to lease it from someone who has it. Beer and wine licenses, though, are relatively simple to come across.
Right.
Because
restaurants need it.
Restaurants need them, and if you can jump through the right hoops and pay the $2,000 or whatever
I
it
had
is.
heard that the reason they wanted to limit liquor licenses was because they wanted to give it merely to people who fought at the time in World War II. Well, there's not too many of those people left.
No.
So now they're expensive and limited.
Well, that's New Mexico.
If you go to a state like Texas or New York, almost
Yeah.
every restaurant has liquor
Right,
license.
and almost every block has 2 or 3 bars,
Yeah.
which is great because then nobody has to drive. They can just walk to the neighborhood bar. There's no drunk drivers the way that we have to have it
No,
here.
you just have drunk walkers.
That's fine.
And that's not as bad as, it's like the difference between carrying a gun and carrying a loaded steak knife.
A loaded steak knife?
Yeah.
Loaded with steak?
Loaded with, that would be good. Or, according to a recent news thing, a screwdriver can be lethal.
It's true.
Remember the story about the
If you drink too many of them?
Oh, that screwdriver. No, there's the woman in the paper who was stabbing her boyfriend with a screwdriver.
While he was
after
driving.
which- I'm not sure. You can't tell from the article if he was driving or she was driving. Either way, it can't be a good situation. When they got out of the car, she took some of the molding from the car and tried to strangle
Whack
him
him
with
with
it.
it.
Great story. Too bad we can't get it on video. I think they should do it over and we'll play it because reality TV really beats the scripting stuff.
That's true. That's true.
You can't make that stuff up.
Well, I think there might have been some drinking going on in that
I
case.
believe that's probably true.
But I'll go out on
Okay,
a limb and say New Mexico liquor licenses are just full of nonsense.
Well,
We're behind the times.
if there were more, then we'd have more opportunities to learn about things like vintage cocktails. And vintage cocktails helps you learn history.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Yes, it's vintage.
So, well, anyway. But I think some of the city employees may have been imbibing too when they thought that they could get away with stealing and embezzling all kinds of money from the city of Las Cruces
What are you
motor pool department.
What are you saying, that there's like corruption in government? How could that be? I thought all corruption was corporate corruption. No,
You're thinking that it was also a conspiracy.
it was a conspiracy because the 4 of them colluded.
Yes, they
Well,
did.
allegedly. Can't say. I have no idea.
Well, that's what they're arrested for anyway.
Maybe by the time that thing goes to court, I will once again be up for jury duty, which
Ah.
means about 3 more years.
You mean your jury duty is over with?
I got my certificate to say that I did
You
a
graduated.
great job. Yes.
Very good.
So, what are you saying about these guys who are in front of lines that tell how tall they are?
Well, no, that measures their IQ.
So, 56.
Yeah.
Well, they did work for the government. They may be very bright because they figured out a way to scam the government. And everybody's complaining that the government scams us. So isn't it their legal right to get back at the government?
I don't know. Would you hire these guys?
I think I have.
Well,
I've hired,
no.
the guy on the lower left. Your left or my left? One of those guys.
Well, no. The way it works in Las Cruces is you don't get hired here unless you are related to somebody who already works for the city. And so
See, they're really smart. They've said it. They know enough how to hack into our system, man.
Yeah.
They hacked into our system and replied to us as this is going on. You think you wouldn't hire guys that look like that? That would be discrimination.
I'll hire the dumb anytime.
Would you rather hire somebody like Jenny McCarthy?
I would love to hire her, but we're not ready for her yet.
No, but I
we're-
would just mention her. She would look good in front of a
Sure.
height lineup.
Yeah, I'd like to frisk her first. But,
Yeah.
everybody
yeah,
arrested.
Sure.
Everybody has to be frisked if they're arrested.
Yeah. And even if they're suspicious.
Sure,
I
frisk
mean,
them.
when you go onto the plane, you're not really arrested. You're just going on a plane. You
right.
get frisked.
Yes, you get frisked. Well, it's,
You know what I
I'm
love?
usually feeling frisky
Ever,
when I go
ever
on
do
a
that
plane.
thing?
What
You know,
thing?
when you put your hands up there,
Yeah.
and the little machine goes around you so they can see how long you are.
I know. I refuse the X-ray at the airports.
They don't even let you in an airport anymore. You're on the no-fly list. Oh, wait, there's a fly now. Put you on the list. Okay, so what's next? Oh, beer, wine, you like that?
Karen Perez.
It's Karen Perez.
Yeah.
Sort of a government person, which we'll talk about after we take our break because we just lost track of time having so much fun here. We will be back
After
for more
these
fun,
words.
but not yet.
Really?
Because, yes. I thought you were the co-producer of
There's
the
all
show.
kinds of
Are you the
shenanigans going
co-producer
on.
of the show?
I thought I was.
Well, figure out
Never
how you
mind.
want to time this show. Let's go.
Located away from the crowds, close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. For information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Hey, you, come here. Do you want to know the news? The Lost Cruces channel is now on 7 days a week. We'll keep it right here.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors. Where buying a car is always a celebration.
And we're back.
Are we back?
To Double Talk.
Double Talk. You know, speaking of Double Talk, I had the double regular burger at the Burger Nook this week.
Yeah, how was it?
I have lived here 23 years. Burger Nook has been here for a long time. They keep getting good raves about their, how great they are. Finally went and had a burger. It was a pretty good burger, and I only waited for about 5 or 10 minutes. However, there is a guy that I heard of who said he waited 50 minutes to get served, and this was after 1:30. They're not really busy at 1:30. 50 minutes. Can you believe that? That's a long time.
Oh, and Las Cruces, of course, I believe it.
Well, the stuff goes awry here, doesn't it? But I will tell you that hearing about this for, 20 years, I'm a little sad I didn't go before. They're kind of like Days Burgers. You don't eat beef, so you are missing out on one of the great pleasures in life, to chew a cow.
Yes. I'm
There's
Off
nothing
the
you
cow.
can do that is ever going to recreate the idea of a juicy burger being eaten by you.
I've had
You're
juice.
never-
I've
when
eaten
when
juicy
was the
burgers.
last time you had a juicy burger?
Well, I eat turkey
A
burgers.
burger.
Turkey burgers.
No, a juicy
yesterday.
cow burger. Do you realize that it's the fat that makes the flavor? Turkey fat is virtually non-existent.
That's right.
There's no flavor.
I don't need
There's cow fat. Even when we make bison burgers, we mix it with beef to give it some flavor.
I'm not a slave to my taste buds like you are.
I'm not a slave to illogical credos.
No, but I am healthy. I have the
Who
same
should you be a slave to if not your own taste buds? What is the most important sensation other than
to
the
my
obvious
health.
thing?
My health, Michael.
Your health?
I have the same blood pressure now as when I did the day I stopped eating red meat. But that's,
So what does that got to do? That's like, it means nothing has changed. You could have kept
I was
eating
24
red meat.
years old at the time. I have
Well-
the blood pressure of a 24-year-old chap.
Were you healthier at 24?
Yes.
Well, and you've been eating burgers.
Because I got more
You'd been
exercise
eating
then.
burgers then. Well, who's to say? Anyway, let's get on because we did cut into. The good thing we scripted this.
Well, speaking of hams,
I could work in this.
Karen Perez, our county commissioner, has declared that she's going to be quitting her job as county commissioner
I think
to take
as
a
of
job in El
yesterday,
Paso.
I believe. You can't blame her. You
Why not?
can't- The county, any commission job is not a full-time job. The council job, Ken Miyagishima,
Yes?
doesn't make enough to live being mayor.
No, they don't pay him enough for that.
And he has his own business. Karen Perez is an engineer. She finally got a job. Jobs have not been easy to come by.
She and her husband were both out of work for a while.
Yes, and they're both now working, so which is good because I think their kids are getting to be college age.
Yeah, so
They did.
I guess you got a well-paying job down there in El Paso.
She did. She did a lot of work. I know people say, "Oh yeah, she's quitting midterm."
Did you donate money to her campaign?
I don't remember. I might have.
Well, there goes money down the drain.
I did donate to your candidate as
Good.
well. It's not money down the drain. She did a good job for what she was here for. Sometimes the people that I didn't give money to still aren't doing anything. So how does that work? There's no finger there, is it?
You
Oh,
quit.
no, there's just a little thing. So she quit, and so did Joy Behar,
Joy Behar quit The View.
which is more famous than
Joy was on The View
Counsel.
for 17 years.
How old would you say that woman is?
That woman is 70 years old.
How old would you say she is, looking at her? Anybody with the red hair takes like 15 years off your age.
Well, she has a team of people making her up to make her look presentable.
And so do we.
And she admitted it on the show today, and she thanked him profusely for all their hard work.
That's good. So she left. That woman, Elizabeth Hargenbarger, Hasselbeck,
She left.
she was the, what is she, the lone Republican in the crew?
She was a Tea Party weirdo.
And she's being replaced by Jenny McCarthy.
Yes.
Let's see how, okay, well, that's a
Jenny was the
picture.
Playmate of the Year back some years back.
So do you think they're going to get somebody like Jenny McCarthy, or are they going to get like Betty White to replace Joy Behar? That's not Betty White, by the way.
We don't know who's going to replace Joy yet.
The average age of the person watching the show is 61.2, I believe.
Yes.
So getting people like this will maybe not get the young women, but it'll certainly get the males 15 through 30 watching the show.
Well, you
Depending
know,
on how they're going to be dressed.
only in the summertime, because during the year, people are at school in the morning, people at work in the morning. Only people who are retired or don't have jobs watch The View.
Or work in the house.
And people who have nothing better to do than watch
Work in the
TV
house.
watch
I
The View.
have seen this show at the gym.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know, you never even told me what channel it's on.
It's on Channel 7, ABC.
Oh, okay. Channel 7 ABC.
Yes.
Yesterday was Joy Behar.
Behar.
Behar. Is that a Jewish name?
Joy Behar.
She Jewish?
Well, she's Italian, but you never know it.
Yeah, I know.
But she does the Jewish act.
Italians and Jews apart.
Well, she's been doing the Jew act for many, many years. And
You don't say Jew act.
the Jew act.
You say Jewish act. You didn't say Jew. That's derogatory. Jewish is
Jewess act.
okay. Sad act.
It's like saying the Catholic act,
Jewess.
the Jew act, the Catholic act.
You don't say calf. She's a calf. She's a presby.
She's a Jewish.
She's Jewish. She's not a Jewish. She's a Jewish person.
What's the noun
She's
version?
a presby. The noun.
Yes, Catholic, Presbyterian, Jew. What's wrong with that?
In that sense, it's
Well,
okay because
that's how I used it.
Yes. At least you're not calling me a he. Anyway, that's good.
Well, not when in front of
Not
your face.
yeah, right. Anyway, what's that a picture of? Is that Jenny
That's
McCarthy?
Jenny McCarthy, both of them.
Her hair looks different.
Well,
Is that what you're noticing?
her hair.
Yeah, good hair.
Is that what you're noticing?
Her hair is different, see?
Yes.
See, that's exactly. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Speaking of, what is it, Robin Thicke? We're
Yes.
speaking about, was it Robin Thicke?
Yes.
Take a look at his, what is it, Blurred Lines?
He's got a video on
That's
YouTube.
sort of a
that's-
little better than this. Those of you who can say that you're 21, you can go online and look at it. Our producer thinks it would make a great line dance.
Well, speaking of dancing,
Yes.
today Michelle's Dance Academy is having an open house. You know, she's the one that puts on. Well, she did. She's no longer with us. But the Dance Academy, run by her husband Kevin, and a group of other talented people,
She established
they
a
put on
great-
the Nutcracker every year.
Yes.
And she's really the Dance Academy in Las Cruces for ballet and modern dance over there at 119 East Madrid. They have an open house today from 10 to 4. If you've got boys and girls interested in taking dance and taking it further, drop by Michelle's Dance Academy over there on Madrid, across from the Burger Nook.
The Burger Nook. Could you put on the last picture that we had, that one before this?
Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah. Was that the Nutcracker too?
In a way.
Is that seen in Nutcracker? Okay, we can keep moving. Anyway,
What else is going
Michelle
on?
Self made a great institution,
She
and
did.
her husband Kevin is
Carrying it on.
continuing it, and we're really proud of that.
Now also, tonight, the Las Cruces High School football Red and Blue fundraiser is going on
Tonight, yeah.
tonight at the convention center.
What are they going to be doing there?
And well, it's they're raising
is
money.
that?
It's a fundraiser. There's the Bulldogs running out of the big inflatable Bulldog, and the alumni get in free tonight. And otherwise, it's $100 a couple. And they're having
Really?
dinner, dance, and
It
auction.
finally pays to go to school there, huh?
Exactly. Now, also today, 2:30 this afternoon, They have the guided hikes at the Mesilla Valley Bosque State Park.
Yeah.
It's $5 a car to get in there. So you pack the car full of people, and it's $5 a car, not per person. That's going on. Also going on right now at the fairgrounds, mud volleyball.
Mud volleyball. That's how many games at once.
Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely.
God.
That's being put on by Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Southern New Mexico.
They're importing water in
Yes.
from out of state.
Now, also going on tonight, and
I want to see you get all this into
is
the
Dames
next 2
at
minutes.
Dames at Sea at Las Cruces Community Theater.
Yay.
That's going on.
Janet Mazda directed. Should be good.
It's a musical,
Yeah.
old time musical. Have you seen it?
No.
No?
It's only Saturday.
Well, it's been on for
Could
2
have
weeks.
seen it. Yeah, I could have seen it. I'll see it soon.
Okay, and that's going on. Also, the rap battle, big rap battle's going on.
Is that for Christmas presents?
The rappers.
Oh, rapping music. Oh.
It's like a poetry slam with rap. That's going on tonight at 8
o'clock.
o'clock.
Where is it?
Down there at the West End Art Depot.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be 20 area rappers.
And if you're a rapper, for some reason they're charging rappers $20
$20
to get in.
because I think they win money.
And normal people, not saying that rappers aren't normal,
Well,
only pay $5.
$5 to go in and watch.
So
Yeah,
tell them you're a
could be
normal
fun.
person, get in $5.
Also tonight,
It'll be
no, not tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday night, at 6
Yeah.
o'clock at Young Park.
Where are we?
It's the normal, usual music in the park.
Totally different than the rap thing because it's the group that Reuben Smith is in. He plays saxophone. We all remember Reuben Smith. He was the first mayor of Las Cruces when they actually had a mayor that we voted for as opposed to being voted for by
Appointed
the
city council. Yeah, the group called Remember Then is playing at 6 o'clock.
I've seen them. They've been playing a number of places. They do good little skits and good music, so it's worth seeing. 6 o'clock, it's free. Bring a picnic. It's fun.
Yeah, also, this
Perseid.
week, the Perseid meteor shower is August 12th and 13th. That's
heard
when the Earth passes through the remnants of a comet Swift-Tuttle remains.
And what happens, I hear the best viewing time will be early Monday morning.
Yeah, they say about 10:30 at night to 4:30 in the morning. Look
That's-
to the east.
That's it.
And it's
Thank
best
you.
if you can get away from town where all the lights are.
Great, or close your eyes and make believe. What
Yes.
else happening? That's
Well,
about it?
Well, Karen Black.
Yes.
She was in over 100 movies. She died at the age of 72,
I didn't read this.
I believe. She was nominated for an Oscar. There she is with Jack Nicholson in 5 Easy Pieces.
Classic piece.
She was an
Classic
Easy
piece.
Rider.
Anything with the word easy in it.
She was there. She is in the 80s in Invaders from Mars. That's
no
actually her real son in real life, portraying her son in the movie. I actually met Karen Black. I'd been to her house. In fact, her husband, Kit Carson, wrote the screenplay to Invaders from Mars. So it was kind of a family affair. Toby Hooper directed it. And she was in The Great Gatsby.
That's pretty good. But the important part is that you met her.
That's what really matters.
That was the important part. And if you take away anything from this show, Mark met Karen Black. And now she's dead.
Now she's dead.
Is there a connection?
Well,
Anyway, there will be a connection because we're going to take off.
everyone
and
I meet will eventually die.
I'm glad we never met. Hope to see you all next week, and take it easy. Have a great week.
Meanwhile, join us again right here on Double Talk.